Metal detecting. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You may have taken an interest into metal detecting, and you may be thinking you want to get into the hobby, the activity, right? You've seen these YouTube videos of people glamorizing the sport, finding treasure troves, big old stacks of coins and relics and jewelry and buttons from the Civil War era, and you're thinking you're going to get rich quick. Well, that's not the case. I've been metal detecting for about 6 years now. Haven't found too much. When you get into the sport, if your expectations are to find a lot of things, you're going to be discouraged and you're not going to want to do it anymore. Because you won't find that much stuff. I can promise you that. And anyone, or in the beginning at least, anyone who is into the sport and has metal detected for a while will tell you it's not like you see on the YouTube videos. You see a 5-minute video of someone finding 10 different things, that are worth money and that are valuable. It's not like that. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I'm not trying to turn anybody away from this sport, but what I am trying to do is let you guys know the reality of metal detecting, right? The bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, it's a fun sport. It's really enjoyable. Got my cat over there, huh? It's a very fun sport, but you just have to know what you're getting into. You're going to be picking up trash all day for free, pretty much, just cleaning up areas. You're going to go online. You're going to look up places where people used to be 50, 60 years ago. You're going to say, all right, that seems like a good place to metal detect. There's probably a lot of coins there. You're going to go there. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, that's a Corona tab. 2 feet later. Ding, ding, ding. Another Corona tab. Or Corona cap. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, there's a Coke can right there. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, piece of foil. Man, this sucks. My back already hurts. Yeah. So, that's the reality of the sport. There's a lot of litter today, right? People don't clean up their trash, especially in populated areas. You know what I mean? A park, there may not be too much trash there, but on the sides of creek banks, you think, oh man, this used to be an old swimming hole, 70 years ago. My grandpa told me about this place. You go there and it's just filled with trash. It's destroyed, you know what I mean? Just can sly everywhere. And you're going to experience that. And you got to think about the history and geographic location of your area, right? So I live in Texas, and I'm familiar with the history of Texas, or kind of familiar. I know that it's hot out here, real hot. And before the invention of air conditioning, which was early 20th century, there wasn't too many people here. And before oil was found out in Texas, before people discovered oil, wasn't a lot of people here. Even today, Texas is pretty sparsely populated in certain areas. I'm not talking about, Dallas and Houston, San Antonio, Austin. I'm not talking about places like that. I'm talking about in the country. And chances are, if you live in Texas, you may live in the country. And there's a lot of fields, and there's a lot of creeks, and there's a lot of lakes. And you're expecting to go find things there. But the reality is, if there's not a lot of people there right now, there probably wasn't a lot of people there to begin with. And you really have to think about that. In my area, back in, I'd say the 60s, the population was slim to none. Now it's about 50,000, maybe 75,000 in this one city. So you got to think, not a lot of people back then, so not a lot of stuff from back then. But then, a lot of people now, a lot of stuff from this era, right? And sure, that could be jewelry and coins, but that's also bottle caps, aluminum foil, right? Pop tabs, zipper, cheap little buttons and cheap little, dollar store jewelry and stuff, earrings. You got to think about that. It's a fun thing to do, dig around and get stuff, but you can't have that expectation of getting a lot of things, because you will be disappointed and you will be discouraged from the sport. And I just want to let people know what's going on. I'm about to be uploading a lot of YouTube videos regarding metal detecting and the things I find, me having a good time out there. But it's important for people to understand that what I find and what I put up in a 5-minute YouTube video is me metal detecting the entire day, right? So I may find, 3 cool things, that are worth some money, maybe, excuse me, I may find, 3 cool things, and you'd be thinking, oh man, this guy's going to a park, I got a park like that near my house. I can find this kind of stuff as well. And in reality, it took me a long time to find. I may have went 3 different days to find those things, to cover all that ground. So you just have to keep that in mind. And a lot of you young people out there, if you're thinking about getting into metal detecting, and you watch some dude's video where he found, $5 Morgan on the side of the creek or in this old park, right, or historical area, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I can go do that too. Well, he may have, a $1,000 metal detector, and you're going to be out there with a $300 metal detector, right? And he may have a pinpointer, and he may have all kinds of equipment that you don't have, so it's not going to be that easy for you. He may be able to discriminate, different alloys of steel, right? And you're out there having trouble discriminating aluminum from iron. It's different. It's different for everybody, and the experience is going to be, not everyone's going to have the same experience. Also, guys, you got to think about credibility, right? So you have a 60-year-old man going up knocking on doors asking if he can metal detect on that property. They're going to think, oh, this guy, yeah, this is a credible person, right? This dude's been living here for 60 years. This old man, he's just trying to have a good time. Sure, I'll let him detect my property, so long as he, cuts me a share of any important things he finds. Well, think of some, 16-year-old kid going up knocking on doors, asking, hey, can I dig holes in your yard? People are going to be like, no, sorry, kid, go scurry on. So you got to be aware of that, right? You can go, and especially, your municipalities in your area, your local government, they may not allow metal detecting in parks. So you're going to be, where else are you going to go? On people's property, on your own property? How long is it going to take you to metal detect your own backyard? Then after that, what? Go knocking on other people's doors. Go knocking on, asking Walmart if you can metal detect around their parking lot or something. And they may say no, and they probably are going to say no, because people don't understand. People have this misconception that you're going to be finding things as well. Just like I talked about, they're going to think you're going to be finding gold on their property, Hell no, you can't metal detect my land and get my if there's anything rich there, I'm going to find it. So you got to be aware of that. If you can't go to the parks, people don't let you go on their land, where else are you going to go? Is a 16-year-old kid going to go drive 20 miles out into a historical area, to go metal detect it? You got to think about these things. Also, another thing, so you have all these other things, but you also have other people who are into the sport and other people that are metal detecting. All right, so let's think about that park, right? You got a park in mind that you're thinking about metal detecting? Yeah, all right. Yeah, you want to go detect it. You want to buy a metal detector. You want to go check it out. Guarantee you that someone has already metal detected that spot that you're thinking about. There's a lot of people have been metal detecting before you were born, probably, right? So you got to think about that. There could be people in your area that have already hit up all these spots that you're thinking about going to. And yeah, they do miss things. People miss things all the time, but yeah, there's so many factors about you finding things that you got to be aware of, and you got to dig deep. You got to research deep if you want to go to places that other people haven't been to. So just keep this all in mind. I'm going to be uploading some YouTube videos soon regarding metal detecting, and I hope that I do spark the interest of people and get more people into the sport. Because it's real fun. It's a real fun activity, even for kids and the whole family, right? So yeah, keep that in mind and get out there and get digging.